Welcome back. New game, new rules. Okay, I'm going to teach you different type of machine language here. How to count to 3, either using 1 or +1 on the end. Meaning I did part 1, part 2, part 3 on how to hack a Punnani. This is the +1, not 4. Now we're going to wrap back around. Feel me? Doing Dr. Seuss on the fly. Look, I can't read without my glasses, so I'll prove this. Do this on the fly. We're going to hack a seesaw, a teeter, totter, a table saw. We'll blend that in. Yin and yang, cuddling, spooning, and 69's my fave. Here we go. Look, it's the same old day for me since 89. Angel of Mercy in training. So look, who else hacks bongs and punanis? Get real. 8th grade Dr. Seuss style. That's who's infected on this planet. 8th grade and up. Swipe right on Snapchat. Sheesh. I don't even have to do that. I get menus, price lists, pictures, videos, and instructions for children. No bueno. Let's bring love back in the bedroom. You ready? Let's go. I'm excited. Mr. Kitty says hello. He's taking a nap. Can I get a mic check? Like, you guys got to tell me, hold the mic up and put the pipe down. Okay, here we go. The next video we'll start blasting about, you got it, cattle mutilation. So if I can't get a mic check, I can't do cattle mutilations. So I'm going to go back to hacking a teeter-totter. I hack swiping right. It's too easy, folks. 2/3 of the females said 69's my fave, better than missionary. Want to know why? Feedback, yin and yang, instant payback. The +1, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Let's bring God back in the bedroom. Do it a 3-way. And who in the heck hacks? Let's do this. We'll hack getting into the pearly gates. What you're going to say at the gates when you find out God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit on one side, and then God, same God, and the 300 peoples represent theism. Buddhists are perfectionists. We like to play chess with every single move, every single heartbeat. And we have to say, I love you, God, every single heartbeat in the Angel of Mercy program. Here we go. Don't believe in angels? Shh. You have little faith. Wally's all the faith you had to have. The cartoon, remember the little flower? Let's blow that up a little bit bigger. You ready? Here we go. Kitty said good morning. Let's make that kitty cat purr. Here we go. I'm excited. Hips gyrating. You ready? We're going downstairs where no one knows the secrets of what's in that underwear. Dr. Seussing it up. You're going to love this. How do I get into the pearly gates and what do I say? What do females always say prior to the orgasm? And if you find out I'm an angel of mercy or you find out I can touch my belly button, you're going to say the same 4 words, folks. Girls call me out. Dear Lord, oh God, and then don't forget to look down. That lets me know you're going to blast me. Holy shit. Then you'll look down and I'll go, Noah, get the ark. We got a flood coming. Don't worry, I hack snow cones for breakfast. I won't leave a drop. And if I miss, I got a towel. You'll say that hit the spot. Here we go. We're going to turn a Tootsie Roll into a Tootsie Pop and answer the question, how many licks does it take to get to the center of that blow pop? Then convert my powder-coated face into a frosted donut. That's how much excitement you should have when you get into heaven. Dear Lord, oh God, holy shit, roll your eyes, look out down below. Noah's Ark, the flood is coming. But what do you say after that? Hallelujah, with your hands in the air, wiggling around after that epileptic seizure. What do you know? Dear God, oh Lord, holy shit and hallelujah will also get you into the gates when you realize that God is real and alive and your government is selling you otherwise. Ever hear of the pyramid? What's on top of that? The third eye. Seems to me Christopher Columbus brought a Bible. That's theism. There's no third eye. Why is it on the money? Because they were trying to get it, and they blew it. I got it. Let's talk about Ying and Yang third eye style. It's really easy. She's going to get a bird's eye view of my little woodpecker, called the third eye. I'm going to get a bird's eye view. I love sweet sugar cane. A little Latin in here. That's a chili pepper. I like sweet and sour. It's all the same. Most of them say molasses, sugar cane, sweet as honey. My favorite's cotton candy. That's the plus one. I want to get into every nook and cranny. You didn't think I could hack a Punnani? Let's hack 69 first. Give and take 50-50. That's all they asked. Treat a woman right. Look, this is a white straight guy's perspective. LBGT's welcome. Just change the pronouns. And a Pito to a Punnani. Or throw in the booty. Here we go. Don't frown. Sad little clown. You've got a sad Punnani. It's not moist. It's dry like a prune. Why? Serotonin, adrenaline, and dopamine represent love, butterflies, and tell him, kitty, orgasms. The kitty's not purring. Hear that mighty roar. Sugar candy. I got a sweet tooth, and I'm looking for some cavities. What you got? Nothing. It's 50-50 back and forth. She gets the upper hand. Look, I'm doing a tidy bowl hack. I ain't playing fair. I'm going to lick that booty eye one way or the other. I don't know if she's from Europe or America. I got the toilet bowl covered. Go both ways, concentric circles. Then go whoops, it must have flushed. Drop your tongue in and wiggle it 3 times. Go oops. If she arches her back and pushes back, you're in luck. Spank that booty. You took her to heaven. But if she says, get out of there, I'll kick you in the gooch, just tell her you navigated too far north. Sorry, I'll go back down south. I slipped off your gooch. Tickle, tickle. Woohoo! You feel me? So let's get back to sub and dominating. When you swipe right, more than 2/3 of the time, both parties wanted to go both ways. Wow, dynamite. Missionary position. You're missing the boat if you're not holding their hands. That's where the feedback is. And guess what? You don't pin her legs up, she can flip you over 50-50. But 69 is still better. I don't want to stare her in the eyes. I want that bird's eye view. I'm going after cotton candy, folks. Take them to heaven. But you need to control those chemicals slowly, medium, and fast. What's that mean? Their heart rate's silly. That's what makes them blast. So if I rub her inner thighs and outer thighs and booty, you know I'm cheating. I'm a hacker. Come on now. Slowly, she's not going to fire off, and I'm teasing her. She's going to go kablamo sooner or later. I'm in control. Now, if I spank her lightly, it's the same effect. But I want this kitty purring. That's the best. So I spank a little harder. Don't leave a bruise. Or I rub a little bit harder and a little bit more aggressive. And my tongue slips and hit the inner thighs. Maybe her booty. I'm kind of random like that. But if I do a fast beat and play the bongo drums on the left and right cheek, I'm going to take her to heaven. I'm guaranteed. There's a tsunami coming, man. Holy shit, I need a snorkel mask and goggles on this one. And about a dozen towels. Let her blast. It's all in the heart rate. If you want to tease her and keep her there, keep her in the middle. Same strategy, but I got you beat. I grabbed an ice cube, put it in my mouth, and brought some hot coffee. Hot and cold's where it's at. I'm going to shiver that spine just like she asked. shatter her soul, her mind, her heart, her body to 1 billion subatomic particles, and then she's going to give it back. He said, Noah, get the ark. She's going to blow. I got you beat. Hot and cold. And then I cheated. I took my tongue and I said, whoops, I navigated wrong up and right on your gooch. Now I swiped left, I swiped right. I know they like it on her inner thighs. But if she's got cotton candy, I'm going to grab in the middle as I'm coming across. It's called traction. She'll like it. Don't forget, sugar-free. You don't want a yeast infection, silly. So, play the bongo drums. She's going to blow. Take her back down with hand caressments. She won't. We're in control, don't you know? Anonymous? Angel of Mercies. I don't know. This stuff's getting confusing. Make no mistake. Biohacker of the millennia, hacker of the millennia, and synthetic hacker of the millennia is what I'm after. But I'm not after competing with Anonymous. I wanted to join the VIP club in '89 and get into the upper management club. Angel of Mercy program, silly? A little bit different. Oh, we hack in space. You've seen my rides flying around. Give me a break. If you look up in the sky and you can't see a thunderbird, an angel, or a soul, you've watched too much Star Trek. Or are you more Star Wars? That's sci-fi. It's a movie. Fiction. No science involved. Prior to cattle mutilations, you should look up some definitions. You're not a scientist. This is basic. If you dropped out first semester, you'd have learned this. Biology 101, a microscope, an amoeba, the flow chart, the definition of amoeba, the definition of binary fission, and multiple fission is all you ever needed. And science, not magic, it's the same thing, except a lot more facts and science. That's why I got into Anonymous. We dissect facts down to the last heartbeat and beyond. Fact checker here. Try me. Ask any native on native lands looking up there. They told you the truth to get to the third eye or even find God. They told you how to hit your destiny. I taught you about Ying and Yang. Let's go a little bit more third eye. If you're left or right, you're not a bird indeed. How am I going to get a bird's eye view on that Punnani and take her to heaven, silly? It's really simple. Don't be left wing, don't be right wing. Stay in the middle. Elon Musk said it, but I'm thinking he's the devil. He didn't tell you the truth, did he? He laughed and smirked and looked away when he said it. Play back the video. Why? He's got the upper hand. He knows how to diagnose the third eye. He's reverse engineering it. He doesn't care if we die. But let's get back to the middle. The body of the bird is the vessel, holds the soul, the heart, the mind. And a bird with 2 feathers can fly up to heaven indeed. That's how you train your third eye. But follow along with me. We're going to get more complicated into the subconscious, conscious, and what comes out of your mouth or you're writing your speech. 3. 1, 2, 3. Kitty agrees. When you're talking with me, you'll say something like, hey, how are you? That came from the back of your mind, but in your subconscious you go, this guy might be a jerkwad, I might have to blow him off, I don't have time. But in your speech you said, hey, how are you? But you don't even know where those thoughts came from. There's 3. Comes out of nowhere, you formulate it in your mind before your speech, and then you talk. 3. If you use those 3 formats, and you use your mind to diagnose data, use your heart, yes, no, green light, red light, or even indifferent. Your tummy will get upset when you're wrong. Your mind will explode if you're doing no wrong. Silly. But if you stay in the middle, that's where your heart and soul lies. Ask any native. They'll teach you how to survive. I like Mother Earth specialist. I hope the natives are cool with that. God and me approved it. You don't call them gardeners, weather specialists, and building material specialists for nothing. They've got the third eye. They know what a blueprint is. I haven't even been able to communicate with some people that were Latins. They got together and they spoke Portuguese. Blew my mind. I just told them, here's the parts. They moved it to where we needed. They looked at the blueprint. In other words, where we left off with the last construction project. I didn't have to tell them a dang thing. Guess what? They just got to this country. How cool is that? We couldn't even talk to each other. Oral technology, it's whack. And they're doing blueprints. What's a blueprint? Parts, the project, and the finished results, is it not? 3. We were in the middle. They took it to completion with no instructions. They just used their heart, mind, and soul that was trained. I bet your money, just like Nikola Tesla, they dream blueprints just like me. Pretty crazy. What's a blueprint? Parts list, the thesis or theories of how it all goes together, and they had a picture of how everyone else have connected it. They just put the rest of the puzzle together. Absolutely amazing. We never spoke a word. We looked each other in the eye. We never stopped smiling. When you work together as a team, you get a lot achieved. So that's a simple definition, but let's talk about the third eye. If you train that crazy place where the thoughts come from, the pre-thought, where you're making judgment of me and what's going to come out, meaning speech or writing, and train all 3 of those with your mind and data, using your heart. God gave you a supercomputer, silly. Use it. On any data, it tells you right, wrong, or indifferent. Why are you watching fake news? My data source? Peer-reviewed scientific documents. Suck it. You ain't no scientists that move on. I've never seen more jack-offs in my life. You're somewhere between Comic-Con and Sci-Fi-Con. I'm way more DEF-CON. Suck it. Pure data. Why do you think I joined Anonymous? I'm after truth seekers, not fakers. It's all you represent to me. If you can't say God is the boss, don't play with me. Play with the rest. You come join us. We're the best. God's the boss. There's no Captain Kirk Galactic Federation crap. That's sci-fi. The Galactic Federation is God, Jesus Christ Superstar, and the Holy Spirit, if you're religious. If you're a theist, it's God and the 3-hearted peoples, you fool. And if you're agnostic, you can still make it to heaven. Isn't that picture of the pillars of God's creation the finest? You can be a scientist and appreciate that. Guess what? You backdoor it. I love you, God. That's magnificent. So we'll let you in if you behave. Not if you're a sinner. You're done. You're extinct. Good luck. Do the flip-flop hack. Flip-flops, 700% super glue, and any old tiles. I'm thinking space shuttle. Let's see. Atlantis, Discovery, Challenger. Wow, it sounds like they're challenging some sci-fi movie in space that I've always called heaven. Let's get back to that bird. If you train your third eye in that bird here in heaven, keep your eye on the prize, aren't you looking up, not down? The sun, the moon, the stars, the natives gave it away. That's how you get to heaven or find God. Disagree? Do the flip-flop hack. See, at the end of times, it's heaven or heck. We're on Mother Earth. That's 3. There's no in between, folks. Look, heaven ain't for everybody. But let's get back to that bird, because I've already talked to God and he sent me back, and now we're back to the bird's eye view. Spanky spanky? Who does this? Bringing God in the bedroom, telling you how beautiful it is in heaven, and we're hacking a teeter-totter of life, yin and yang. You ready? Let's get back to that Punnani. If you want to hack 69, hold her hands. But be careful, it's a teeter-totter. You see, if I pull down, she's going to get a deep shot, and I might just have to make her swallow. I don't have to pull on the back of her head silly. She's holding my hand. But guess what? If she pulls back, holy smokes, she fired back. She's squatting on her face. This is beautiful. On my face. Here we go, powder puff. Glazed donuts for breakfast, anyone? Get some coffee. Don't forget the ice cube. I just hacked a Punnani, 69, the third eye. My love and profession for God, Jesus Christ Superstar. Don't forget the Holy Spirit. And in the middle column, God, theism, meaning we're kind of like Buddhist perfectionists. If you look at the natives of Native America, they never needed religion. Theism came before religion. They were already perfected. How do you get in trouble when every single heartbeat they're looking at Mother Earth, the sun, the stars, the plants, the trees, and the waterways, exclaiming, I love you, God. Every heartbeat. They're the ones who set the pace, not me. I'm just playing around hacking a Punnani. I'm a downtown dirty rodeo clown right now. But the best credit is in the third category. You can actually make it to heaven as an agnostic. And look, even if you try to keep God out of it, every single time you think Mother Earth, you see a butterfly. Who do you think made that? 1989, I'm swear to you folks, I swiped right hard for God. But there was no swiping right back then. I'm just a God lover. I'll prove it to you. There's only 3 swiping rights that God made. Friends, best friends, and lovers. Whoever the woke generation is, they invented DTF. They're the sinners, not me. Look, a 20-minute hit, some girl said hack it. She said make use of every heartbeat when I enter the door. I said she'd end up right against the door. Not for me. Sorry, sounds like a sinner. But if you're looking to convert a sad Punnani to a happy one, that's for me. I'm going to redefine the definition of a blush and when I arrived in heaven. And I haven't even seen her Punnani or her breast. I felt them. Not going to lie. It was nice. I told my mommy. Here's the definition of a blush, folks. The best way is to sneak up behind them, tell them you love them, tell them to pick out a star in the heavens, and you're going to take her there. She's going to take you back, folks. I'm telling you, she crushed me. I told her to look up in the sky. It was a full moon. I beg you, don't turn into a werewolf and turn around and bite my earlobe, my nipple, and unbutton my pants again, or I'll tell your mommy you turned into a werewolf. But here's what I started with, and that's what I got back. I pretended she had a V-neck shirt worn backwards, which she happened to do. Didn't want to correct her and talk down to her. That's whack. So I licked from the center of her back, holding her hair to the side gentle, like My Little Pony, and I made a heart shape on her back. I swooped up to her left ear. Whoops. I licked her earlobe, right across her ear hole, and then the top. Came back down, quite suggestive. My hands went around her waist. She was comfortable, hands by her side. She said, I like your taste. And I licked her earlobe 3 times and went wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sucked on it 3 more times. Wiggle, 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 she giggled. But then I went in for the close. I wanted that blush, a red face she was about to have if she had love and lust back for me. Let's find out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I put my tongue in her ear. Wow, I got a blush out of it. You know how I know that? She did it to me first. She was my instructor, my master. Senorita Maestra. She was a half and half, by the way. Man, 2 cubs running away from you. Whew, playful. Here we go, folks. Now I hit it on the right side. Same exact instruction. Same effect. She said dynamite. But I go in for the close. The third one, so it matters. I turned her around facing her. She put her hands around my back and squeezed harder. I said, I'm in heaven. I licked her from her V-neck, straight up to the bottom of her neck, stared her in the eyes. I got my first peck, my first kiss, imagine that. But then when I turned her back around, she smiled and looked at that star. She said, you took me way beyond that. I don't know. Out of this light sphere, past the heliosphere, that's for sure. I said, let's go farther. I put my hands back around her tummy. I didn't go north nor south, had a lot of respect. Mom taught me I'm the best. But when she put her hands back around me and she squeezed, she didn't tell me anything. She didn't have to. She took me right past that star too. I went with her to heaven. And I said, don't look in my eyes. Let's just savor the moment. No selfies, silly. You're a wild turkey. Ruin a magical moment like that. Guess what? I told her I hope this isn't a threesome. Not God this time. Maybe an angel of mercy. But Lord have mercy, there might have been one there. You're going to take them to heaven, folks. Do it right. Tell her to hold on to the star in case there's a meteor shower. Let's act the Morton Salt girl. I told her to put up an umbrella. It might be raining. Plus, look, I'm no voyeur. I'm with Anonymous. I don't want God watching. She was wearing a dress. Woo-woo! I'm the Three Stooges. We're going to go clowning. Look, if she forgot to pair panties, I'm going up that skirt. Let it rain from the heavens. I'm not shy about it or bashful. I'm hacking that lollipop, turning it to a Tootsie Pop, and back into the Tootsie Pop it was designed for. Let it rain. It can rain indoors or out. Sunshine or moonshine or not. 3. If you keep your eyes on the prize and don't get too much of a dirty birdie like me, I think you'll survive. But if you believe in your government for a second, left wing or right wing is correct, ask any native. I just described to you the heart versus the feather. Stay in the middle. The bottom of the feather represents 5 to 6 years. Then your soul goes into your body. Left feather, right feather, your mistake, and then the correction. Then you go back to the middle. Not left or right. Stay in the middle. And then if you look at a feather, it gets more refined and curves to the top. Those big decisions you thought were so big, they get a little bit smaller and tighter towards the top because you're supposed to get more refined. How's your heart versus the feather doing? How many corrections did you make where you made amends where you were wrong? And that's how you make it right. I do it 3 times. And then I do the +1. Make sure everything's okay, dynamite. How do you dump resentments? You're making it rain and shower resentments. We don't do that in heaven. No politics in heaven. No weapons allowed. For heaven's sakes, we want to live forever. No suicide. We have a reason and purpose. Bird's eye view means we got to heaven. You might have some upgrades available. I don't know. Yin and Yang, third eye sound familiar? Here's a new one that the government doesn't even know about. It's called inversion. Absolute mind blast, mental meltdown. I've achieved that. 3.5-year record. Good luck, sucker. Oops, good luck, Chuck. but I'll say sucker at the end. I think it's a 35 to 50 year average to get that title. I didn't go for Angel of Mercy. I'm the anonymous one. Good luck, Chuck, beating me in heaven. Here's what I'm taking down. Everything on the planet. Bad guys, be warned. We've landed. Grrr, bad Mondays. I think the end of time's already started, and you turned your blind eye and forgot, or listened to your government. Did you notice all the animals in the ocean are attacking? There's no clean water left. All the water supplies have to be filtered. You can't drink with them from your bare hands. That's plants, animals, and waterways, and we're having fires and floods, destroying all of our trees and crops. Sounds like 3. Did you realize a year ago, I think it's Wyoming, North Dakota, and South Dakota tribes called it off? How come the government didn't? Doesn't the Vatican or the Pope, can't they call it off? Looks like they're covering their asses on a bunch of sins out there, folks. I think you should use your heart and try to find God. And look, if you're left wing or right wing and you're calling me a false idol, guess what? Left wing or right wing is a pure definition of a false idol at the end of times. I thought you were supposed to believe in God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus Christ Superstar or Baby Jesus. Depends on which end of the spectrum you're at. Watch this. Baby Jesus you can think of. Just like a mother thinks of her child. Think Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. But guess what? If you let the United States government govern your religion, your freedom, and blend in politics, I'll bet you money on your contract for your marriage. It doesn't say Buzz Lightyear. It says till the end of time. That's really near. Oh, whoops, it already happened. The end of times. That means you're divorced in heaven. God can't undo that contract when you had a free soul here. Should have consulted a native. I'll bet you they don't say Buzz Lightyear. I bet you they invented to infinity and beyond. Seems to me that's what they're shooting for. Did you know the natives, the chiefs, spiritual leaders, and shaman, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, I think they make decisions based on 7 generations. Wow. That's a long time. They must take business really serious. What's our presidency? 4 years? You're still arguing left or right? Look, I'm down with playing the following 2 games. Tag, on our booty playing the bongos, and hide and seek. Bird's eye view deep, going after the G-spot, folks. Or am I talking about something else? Doesn't matter. Here's how you don't get into heaven. Turn the cheek. Close your eyes. You're not meek and humble. You're despicable. We despise you in heaven. Why? We don't do prison rules on the street. There's no rubber products, no plastic allowed. That's how you killed Mother Earth. We use sand for glass. Lasts for 7 generations. Who gets the credit? Those fine natives, trained by the 3-hearted peoples, trained by God. That means they're almost like Buddhist monks, or Bon, or pre-Bon, or all 3 combined. Perfectionists. Only perfectionists give everything in their heart away at the end of times to prepare for departure. Humble with what they came in with. Nothing but an open mind. Credit natives, not me. And by the way, if you say gringo, you got to pass the heart versus the feather in religion. Unless you're a super cowboy and Clint Eastwood is your favorite. God told me the following. Paleface was the only thing approved because that's how you get the third eye. Just like a hacker, they jammed it in front of your face and told you the truth. But you look down, you turn the cheek, close your eyes, could care less, grr, bad Mondays, gotta take a selfie. Good luck, Chuck, getting into heaven. Follow those fine natives. They flowcharted it. They never needed religion. And once again, why is the pyramid on money? Because they got smoked. Sorry, natives. Just like my Ukrainian peoples. Really horrific. Really, really horrific. And why is gringo outlawed? Well, my whole country's a bunch of gringos, jack off. Nothing personal. And if they are a gringo, go after them. But according to my science, pale face in the United States was approved. And if you're in Hawaii, well, they're a little more aggressive. They call me a Hallie. But I like it. I do howl at the moon. It was a trick question. If you howl at the moon, don't you go out at night and look at the moon and the stars? Certainly ain't going to get a suntan while I'm doing that. Just got to look out for werewolves. Unless I'm hacking a Punnani and I'm converting her to one. 30 to 1 orgasms. Or 3 hours to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. I don't know, I'll have her count. But if she has 30 orgasms in 3 hours, a proposal, a werewolf, or a happy wife, happy life is what I'm achieving. Where are you at with your butterflies, sweet cheeks? It's so easy. Watch, even LBGT flaunts it. They act like they're in like high school, constantly texting each other. It blows my mind. They do it in front of everybody and everyone bags on them. What's going on? I'm a straight white guy. I'm compatible swiping right with them. They talk about 3 things. Love, unity, and God. That's who made us. They're dynamite. And they got the world record, by the way, in heaven. Longest vacations, longest butterfly period, everything. Dominated. That's why I went after the straight white category. I just came behind and cleaned up. Credit LPGQT. Hey, look, I ain't down with power tools, but I didn't say I wasn't friendly. More power to you. I'm just into my tongue. Call me a silver tonguer. I'll take them to heaven. They always ask me, what kind of cut? A runway? A heart? I'm going for pineapple. Let's go crazy. I'm going to have to clean my tongue off. I'm guaranteeing froth. What's the matter? You don't know what heaven looks like? Describing the excitement you should have for heaven, silly. Sheesh, dirty birdie. Look, I used to surf when I was younger. I did backflips, forward flips, and swan dives off of Huntington Beach because I didn't want to swim out against the waves. Sand shark used to snag me. He'd want to meditate with me too. I love animals and God. Water's my fave. Check it out, we're going to go deeper. My favorite animals, sea walnut, cat, and I'm a toss between a crane, a seagull, and a hummingbird. Not sure. That's 3. But my +1, oh, it's the same 3 always. A soul, a thunderbird, and an angel. Because they fly, swim, and land on land, silly. But wait a minute. Are they intercontinental? Meaning planet to planet? Or multiple esoteric planes? Probably 3 of those. Picture Photoshop, 3 layers. They don't have camouflage. They just disappear to another esoteric plane, y'all. And we're building up power. A lot of us. Why is Elon Musk taking dynamite to space? Thermonuclear weapons? That's a waste. That's going to blow up Mother Earth, where God gave us life, conscious mind, the ability to produce serotonin, adrenaline, and dopamine. Don't be silly. Blind as a bat. We've got free gravity, food, water, and scenery, and each other to create heaven on earth. Why are we trying to blow it up and have a world record for thermonuclear weapons that we have the capacity to blow Mother Earth up multiple times over. So the excess is going to space. Look, we got a new nickname for Elon Musk. I don't want to hear that name no more. Betamax Ilonovich, or My Little Pony's been approved. Same flowchart as Paleface, the problem and the solution. I'll give you one of them. Betamax means he can't write code for shit. It's not perfected, and we can perfect it, so he's on the wrong track. My Little Pony, he did hit on a flight attendant that didn't have a massage license and asked her to do it and had her sign a clause. Don't tell anyone I got micropenis syndrome and I'm growing fallopian tubes. Sounds like he's in the trans community to me. I'll have to call up LBGT. They're the pros, they're the experts. I try not to swipe right and go into their bedroom, folks. But I'll ask them. I think that's correct, or I'll look it up on their site. There's probably a brochure for all their pronouns. Out of sight. Then I don't have to bug someone. It's too easy, folks. Heaven, heck, we're on Mother Earth. There ain't a Mother Earth at the end of times. Sounds like you're trying to divorce God. Here's a question. I just saw this in the news. There were some African Americans, and look, slavery, not funny. The Holocaust, not funny. The genocide of the natives, not funny. But you forgot two. Those atomic weapons, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, that was bad news. Shh. Now the Ukraine. Why are African Americans, and I'm pro-human everyone, asking to divorce the United States government? I kind of get that. I'm in Anonymous. We don't really like the government. But how do you get half of the United States when we've forgotten about the natives? And I thought that they ended slavery. I'm not being rude. Where does divorce come in this? This was not, if this was a divorce, it was a loveless marriage. Jeez Louise. What kind of vocabulary is that? This is the problem with this woke generation. You're inventing new words on top of new words, trying to think you're cool, and you're breaking up the narrative, meaning you need to reverse that and get down to core words. You're not even scientists to me. Look, you want proof? Look up anyone in MUFON. They're just straight up mental crazy. But coming up is the truth when you look into space. I just flew by. I'm an ace. I always take him to heaven, silly. Woo, 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 woo. Not Mighty Mouse or Superman. I'm right in the middle. Bird's eye view. Yin and Yang. If I could fly a Thunderbird or an angel, I'd jump inside and take her to heaven. Yin and Yang style. Come on. I'm going to show God all the love through her, because God made both of us, silly. We're not reproducing, we're just practicing. Practice makes perfection. What do you think? I switched to theism. Swipe right. What do you got? Who blends God? Teeter totter. The table saw represented when I pulled back on her hands and pulled back, but I cheated and let go. Put my hands on her back and said, honey, please blow. That's my love for God, folks. What are you, a silly birdie? I just proved to you yin and yang in the third eye. It's highly available in heaven. What do you know? But you're one of the three stooges. Which one are you? Larry Moe or Curly? Looks like you're all three. God put his favorite number up as high as he could see. Ain't they the 7 or 8 wonders of the planet? I lost count. There's a few more hidden. What do you got? Nothing. When you hit the third eye, by the way, just like the pyramids, let's see. What's the color of full spectrum? I think it's the sun. And if you're colorblind, you'll be able to see it. Just get some of those suntan glasses that lets you see a solar eclipse. Ask them what color they see. I bet you they say it's white with green speckles, which is what it was on all three pyramids, which means somebody that wasn't colorblind. It's called a different spectrum, because didn't NASA have to use special cameras to see the true color of the sun? They can see it. Yo, back engineered. Looks like colorblind is full spectrum. Once again, your government lied. Changes the narrative. You fall for it every single time. Hook, line, and sinker. Next time somebody says, what's your destination? Where's your journey going to end? You should have said up and straight, not left and right. That's how you fly a bird fast. We can call it a thunderbird or an angel. Same. Natives train with birds. They're the best. During their meditation, silly, they use their third eye, pretend they're the bird flying. Probably over the Grand Canyon. That's sacred to them. Pick somewhere else, weirdo. Look, with a bird, you can look up, down, left, right. Full spectrum. They even got a rear view. They can turn around and see their tail feathers on fire. Just like yours. Let's switch it. Movie theater. Let's go on a set. What do you got? The rail car swinging across. Maybe a crane. Maybe I'm holding it in your face. I'm right here grounded in the middle. Yo, insane. You can fly drones around or go underwater. My 2 feet are grounded. This angel of mercy's landed. Coming up next, nobody gets feedback on this. My server's with 8 million people. I'm getting whatever times 3 is likes. I'd like to hear some feedback. At the minimum, can you hear me? Because the next ones are way out of sight. By the way, I'm at 1% power right now. You want me to go to turbo? Bring some game. Some intelligence. Or, how about let's just swipe right and start out at neutrality? What? I told you the truth. There's only 3. Swiping right is 3. God approved. Friends, best friends, and lovers. You go in between that when you go from best friends to lovers, when you go steady, boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. 3. You can split it up, but to me there's 5. There's a -1 and a +1. The -1 is you swipe right for neutrality. You didn't throw a rock at each other, hurl an insult, no racism. You looked at each other and smiled. Now it's a handshake. Woohoo, we're off. What's next? Friends. Swipe right clearly in the sand. Let them know who you are. If there's a difference, who cares? That's what adds to the spice of life. I'm always looking for new recipes and friends. The whole enchilada, folks. You're really missing out on the dynamite, folks. Here's the best. This is all you had to do in life. Use your mind. Gather data. Use your heart. High, low, medium. Indica, sativa. Hybrid. Sativas are vodka and tequila. What you drinking? You want me to invert it? We'll go crazy. That's coming up in the next season. Next episode. Who's doing this? And by the way, I can't read without my glasses. Everything looks like that fine print from Japan. Watch this. You want to listen to, and this isn't a whack on all the peoples of countries. I'm going after the production factories and the government. So in Asia, this goes after the production factory, not even the workers. Why are you selling me TVs with speakers on the back? You straight up whack, or do I have to buy surround sound? Those are surround sound speakers. The bass is non-directional. The highs and mids come from the front of the TV, like the old ones from the 80s. I just proved no one's a scientist on this planet, and they've been pulling the biggest prank of the world. Verified with my neighbor. They argued in the middle of the night over the volume of the TV as one tried to sleep. There's no way to get it to a low level without hearing it. I guess you can buy a surround sound setup, but I bought a TV that said it had speakers and bragged it was great. But if you look up science, vibrations have to hit your face. That's where your two ears are, silly. It's pointed backwards. Woo woo woo! You live in the Twilight Zone. I think they landed me on the wrong planet. You guys are whack. This is listed as a war planet in our GPS, just so you know. If God, Jesus Christ, Superstar, and the Holy Spirit, let alone the 300 peoples, returned, we'd be greeted by F-35 apples, asshole, and you joined MUFON. You're part of that movement. I can prove it. Easy. Skinwalker Ranch and Sylvie's Ranch should have been roped off, given to the natives to protect, and let them make the decisions. It's a graveyard, a temple, and there used to be a pyramid if you look at the old map. Look at Mexico. It was on the left and the right. Clear walkway through the middle. It was destroyed by whoever the government who sent Christopher Columbus was, did their pre-op BS before the settlers saw it, and they destroyed the trees that marked God's land. That's where God comes back at the end of times. This is a fair warning to anyone there. Good luck. God's probably going to land on your ass. You're going to get a bottom-ends view of the world's finest symbiotic light ship, but you're going to look like glue, get tattooed, and ew, sayonara. Heaven isn't all about spaceships and aliens, folks. Do they exist? Yes. But you haven't declared God's the best, so we're not going to disclose to you. On the back of my ride, 1.2 miles wide, I think we're about 33 miles long. It says, kiss my ass. Gas, grass, or ass, nobody rides for free. What's that mean? Secret password to get on? God's the boss. God's the boss. God's the boss indeed. Pretty easy password. I also did God, 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 triple exclamation point. G's were all capital. Ooh. When I do that, did I say I love you, God, every heartbeat, or am I ahead of time? According to the boss man, I'm light years ahead. That's our destination. 9 billion light years away, advanced timeline. Dyson star awaits us. Just a hub planet. We want to show you what we got. If I have a site that has 8 million people watching, and I get 95% of the viewers and I'm doing YouTube in the United States, and it's 20 or less, nothing personal, I'm dropping a mic, sayonara.